He can move, I'll tell you that much.
The kid gets down in the pit.
He can get down.
All right, let's take some calls. You're live on Ringside Seat. I guess not. See you later.
Typical Connecticut resident.
You're live on Ringside Seat.
Hey guys, doing tonight?
Tito!
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
You got a beating coming your way, and you know why.
I know.
Well, let me catch you.
I know, I'm trying not to.
All right. No wonder I haven't seen you. What do you got, some news for us?
Actually, not too much news. It's been sort of dry week.
I know, that's why I didn't even bother with it.
Yeah, got some things though. Last night Raw was great.
I thought so too.
It was, but I feel they should have saved Boss Man for next week because they seemed to rush it at the end.
And Jay, what's his name? What's this kid's name?
Tito.
I've heard him before. Tito, Burrito, whatever the heck your name is. Big Boss Man is a personal friend of mine when I was working out at the county joint. He showed up to do a couple of promo things there, had to get all the convicts out of the way, and Big Daddy was there with the Big Boss Man at the county joint when he did some promos for the WWF back in the day.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
He looked good last night. He looked in good shape.
Yeah, he did. He looked good. I'm glad he's back as the Big Boss Man. They're going to give him a big push in the WWF, and he's a good worker. I like the guy. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah, the WWF really has some fresh angles right now. Don't you think?
They really do.
Yeah.
They're coming a long way.
They're going to back up.
And Mankind, he is hilarious. I mean, with the Sacco gimmick, man, that is hilarious.
Yep. Mankind, the guy, I'll tell you what, once you start getting sick of him, he comes up with something else.
You know what? I still, no matter what, he's doing his thing now in the WWF. I remember him when he was Cactus Jack in a street fight with Abdullah the Butcher, okay? And that's when Cactus Jack was the man. I mean, now he's okay doing all that. But if you ever saw some videos, I'm sure you guys have, Tito, Dave, back in the day, I mean, this kid's incredible. I'm surprised he's still wrestling.
Even when he was in WCW, he did more violent stuff than he's doing right now, really.
Well, he still does the crazy stuff.
Him and, well, actually, which tour when he was in WCW a couple times. And I remember him and Kevin Sullivan were a tag team together.
Kevin
and they used to have
Sullivan,
some good matches against the Nasty Boys and Harlem Heat.
Another guy who I hung out with who was, I'll tell you, pound for pound, and not even that mentally, one of the most deranged men in the sport. If you remember him back in the day down in Florida, Championship Wrestling with Gordon Soley and Maniac Mark Lewin. I mean, I may be dating myself, but it was pretty wild back in the day.
I can remember, you want to talk about Florida Championship Wrestling, I can remember watching that on TV one time and seeing him do a promo for the first ever, he called it, what did he call it, the Mad Max match there.
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Two-man enter, one-man leave. He did the
Sullivan, I'll tell you, as far as like coming from the dark side.
Oliver Humperdinck was down there.
Yeah, I mean, Sullivan, and another one of my favorite guys who played the dark side good was Magnificent Morocco.
Yeah.
Don Morocco, The Rock. When he became The Rock, whatever, when he was the Magnificent Morocco, and that cage match with Snuka, I mean, classic stuff. Classic.
Wrestling, right?
I'm sorry?
He's still wrestling, right, in the independent?
Yeah, if you can afford him.
Laying on the beach somewhere in Hawaii, tilting back a few pina coladas with some girls rubbing lotion all over him. That's what Morocco's doing.
Yeah.
He's on the islands. I'll tell you that. Pei Haoi Mele Hini Waini.
What do you guys think of this Blue Blazer thing?
Blue Blazer?
Hey, I don't know where they're going to go with it.
I don't know.
Blazer.
Yeah, it's Owen Hart. When he first came in the WWF, he was the Blue Blazer. And now he's saying he quit wrestling, this, that, and the other thing. I don't know what they're going to do.
The funny thing is that in Mexico, Phil LaFon has been playing the Blue Blazer.
Has he?
So, yeah, so I'm wondering if he'll, like, maybe Owen Hart will come back and say, you know, that was my own kid.
Phil LaFon in Mexico, I guess his career went up when he left the WWF, huh?
Yeah.
Down in Mexico. It's a hotbed, but I don't know if I want to be making my career down there.
I'm not big on Phil LaFon. Doug Furnace I like, but...
Is he still in ECW? He was in there a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. I don't know.
I'm not big on Furnace. You like Furnace?
I like Furnace.
He's a good athlete. The guy was a hell of a power lifter. But I don't know. I guess they were all right. He came in and...
I thought they made a great team when they were in WWF.
They were big in Japan, too.
Yeah, they're huge in Japan.
LaFon and the big guy here, the squatter. What's his name again?
Doug Furnace.
Doug Furnace.
Yeah. Now, did both of you guys go to the Milford show a couple weeks ago?
No, I wouldn't even embarrass myself going into that show.
Oh.
Well, Big Daddy was tied up with a few things, if you know what I'm talking about. But no, if I'm not booked, I don't show up. I heard the work was good, the crowd was weak, but I hear the show itself, the workers were incredible.
Yeah. Three more things. One is Giant didn't look too happy at the beginning of Nitro. If you watched the beginning of Nitro, first hour, when he was out there for an interview.
I'm busy watching the Dolphins and tilting a few back.
Yeah.
Well, no, there is news around that he is supposedly possibly going to WWF. But he's a good friend with Hogan, so obviously he's probably going to stay. Two last things. One is, do you think Rock's getting more of a fan reaction right now than Austin? It just seems, I mean, the pop last night for Rock was unbelievable.
The Rock is he's one hell of an athlete, and obviously he comes from great loins. Rocky Johnson, the late high chief Peter Maivia, but the Rock, the people love him. The people's eyebrow, the people's elbow. They're giving this guy a big push. He's in great shape too.
That was great when Undertaker sat up and he kicked him back down and gave him the people's elbow.
Yeah, I definitely think that he'll be getting the belt.
Oh yeah. And one last thing, you know the lead singer of Gargantua's Soul?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, but from afar he looks like Draws.
He does. There's some similarities. I was thinking that myself too, with the tattoos and the
hair style.
He's got the hair.
Yeah.
He's in good shape. He's a talented guy.
We got Chris singing vocals. We got Mark Amendola on guitar. We got Tattoo Lou on the bass. We got Jay Bozzi on the other guitar. We got Tommy on the bongos and keyboards. And we got my man Opus on the drums. That's Gargantua's Soul.
And they're certainly putting on a good show.
Yeah, they
have to check them out.
Fire. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll probably talk to you next week.
All right, Tito.
Yeah.
Peace.
A good caller.
Tito's always good.
Good caller.
Just can't rely on him.
Yeah, that's how it is with most people.
You're live on Ringside Seat.
Oh, yeah, you guys are talking about the WCW and how it's kind of weak with the NWO, the two NWOs and stuff.
Just a little played out, that's all.
What's the deal? Now they got the LWO.
The Latin World Order. You know what, though?
It's getting old.
You know what? The LWO, NWO, you're right, it's getting old. But you know what? For all these Hispanic guys, the Latin guys to get together and band together, that's an angle that's workable.
Yeah.
I will say that.
And they tried that in the WWF.
Yeah, you guys actually think
Barik was, but...
They're all good workers, though. Those guys got talent.
on the side of the WWF, you guys actually think Rock is going to get the belt?
I think you'll see it by the Royal Rumble.
And you know what? The independent, the big-time stuff in this business, WWF, WCW, everyone loves it, everyone talks about it. That's what, the guy on the street watches. But you know what? There's a lot more to this business than the WWF, the WCW, ECW. I can run them all down. The NWA New England, okay, Memphis Power Pro, All World Wrestling, Regional Championship Wrestling, Northeast Championship Wrestling. There's organizations everywhere. It's the backbone of this sport. And I can appreciate that the people want to talk about the stars, but you know what? There's people that are just a notch below in stature so far, as far as being recognized and stuff, that put their heart and soul into this business.
That in a couple of years you'll be talking about.
Yeah, maybe even less. Guys like Knuckles Nelson, Eric Frazier from the NWA New England, the Boston Brotherhood, they're going to the WWF.
But they never advertise any of the other guys, never ever advertise any of the smaller shows either.
You know what? It's in the magazines.
Yeah.
You got to go out and buy the magazines, the independent magazines.
Yeah.
And you're right, to find the independent shows, unless you give them a push on something like this, or you hand out some flyers or something like that, you're right. That's why in Connecticut, the independent wrestling in Connecticut right now is terrible. The work is good, the talent's good, but the fans aren't showing up because there's no publicity. And there's a lot of good talent out there in the state, even the whole Northeast.
Yeah,
Independent wrestling.
Plus, it doesn't help to have the biggest wrestling organization in the world
In the same state. In the same state. We're competing with a lot of things around here.
I know you don't want to talk about the WWF or whatever, but...
No, it's all good. This ain't my show. It's Ringside Seat.
Talk about whatever you want.
That's right.
Why do you think they're going to take this thing with McMahon and Austin? That's getting kind of old, no?
I think eventually...
It's selling, though.
Yeah.
It's selling. It's got to be selling. They wouldn't keep doing it.
Like a $50,000 Corvette in the cement last night. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, just like with the limo last week, they're putting a lot of money into these things.
Yeah.
It's all scripted, brother.
Yeah.
It's like a best-selling novel.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? And I give these people a lot of credit.
Yeah.
And McMahon, I don't think Dave anytime soon this guy's going to get out of it.
I don't see it.
I really don't.
But when I think it does happen, I think that you're going to see McMahon and Austin together. Like, to be real tight.
Yeah, because
something's going to
McMahon
happen.
is really going to want to make himself into more than what he is, because Stone Cold is just a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I supposedly the rumor is to get back to what you were saying about Austin and The Rock earlier, The Rock and Austin are penciled in as the main event for the championship belt at the next WrestleMania. So.
They're
What
already
a
that
match.
huh? They're already setting that far ahead?
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. This is written well in advance. I wouldn't be surprised if I beg to say, or maybe even a year or two in advance. That's how much this is written out.
Barring any injuries.
Exactly. It's always subject to change. Because remember, Big Daddy, the Guardian of Chaos, I am your Manager of the Year.
Alrighty.
It's just like the whole Brian Pillman angle with Goldust. Unfortunately, untimely death of Brian Pillman. A year later, what do they have? They got Val Venus picking up right where they left off with that one.
Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what you were going to see with Brian Pillman.
Oh, really?
She was going to leave
Terry Runnels. Yep. Terry Runnels, one hell of a woman.
Yep, that's exactly what you were going to see.
The phone lines are lighting up, Dave.
All right, take care.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Good call.
Great call. What a good show, Dave. I will say this. No chicanery, no chadrules. It's all good.
You're live on Ringside Seat.
Good when you see the Big Daddy there.
Wait. Who's this?
The Rookie of the Year, the Bulldog.
You know what? I knew you were out there calling, and I knew you had to put your 2 cents in. You're like a damn postage stamp, so if you got something to say...
Tell you, I
What
would
did
have
he say?
given
He eats cookies all
You
year?
eat cookies all year. What you say?
cookies. What are you talking about? Hey, listen, I'm on a low-fat diet of unborn virgin goat's milk right now, so leave me alone.
And the key word there is virgin.
That's it. I tell you, Pellino, I gotta admit, you are the man. You're my main man, but you gotta get that card. Is all messed up, brother.
That card is the card that your boy, the owner of CPW, gave me.
Well, you know what, Bulldog? If
And-
you got something valuable to say on the independent scene in that card coming up in mid-November,
There were some changes made to that card.
well, put your 2 cents
Well,
in.
this is the card that was brought over to my house Thursday night. And if there's any changes, you better talk to your boss.
Well, he's sitting right beside me right now,
Because
so.
He's sitting right beside you.
because there's things that are being printed up, and if he messed that up, then
Hey,
it's
Blansky, where
in
are
a
you?
sorry state.
I'm at a site, to be determined.
You know what? They're at a phone booth having a party, him and Cundy, and there's plenty of room.
Oh, all right.
Go ahead, give us the rundown. If he's right there, put him on the phone. I want to hear that, Lush. Get him on his own show. Put him on the phone.
I want to go down that angle. Hold on a minute here.
I don't believe it, Pellino. Is he there?
We'll see.
Marking himself out, man. Cundy, are you there?
He's hiding.
He's got to be drinking something. He's got to be doing something. The kid's probably got a pint or somewhere, a soda pop.
He's talking to one of the waitresses from the ground round.
Waitress from the ground round.
You know?
He's trying to hit
Well, you know what? We got 5 minutes left on the Dave Pellino Enforcer show.
That's it.
So I'm straight. First of all, the card, as far as the wrestlers go, yeah, that is correct. There's been some minor changes to the card. As far as the matches go, those matches, yeah, some of them matches, some of them not. The guy Sledge I was supposed to fight, there was some kind of original contracts that were there. So actually, Sledge and I was going to be fighting the Lion Harthorpe, Juan Xavier. I'll be fighting East Haven's own Vinny Nightmare Vega.
Vinny Nightmare Vega.
Vinny Nightmare Vega.
Was he in the top 5,000 in PWI?
I don't know who this guy is, and I'm telling you right now, all I know is I'm telling you right now, you think you're worried about a New York street fight? That night, the whole world's going to know what Bulldog Blancy's all about. Everybody wants to think that I'm some kind of chump kid off the street. You forgot one thing. I'm a 2-time Connecticut State wrestling champion. I was an NCAA All-American when I was at Southern. Okay, I'll take anybody else on. Okay, anybody wants to get in the ring with me, I'll take anybody on in a New York street fight, in a Branford street fight. That night, false count, anywhere in Branford High School, me and Vinny Vega are going to go.
Let him go.
Right to the football field, and I'll show the whole world what Bulldog Blancy's really all about. And let me tell you something, there's only one man I have to thank right now for what I've done, and that's the man sitting right there, the Big Daddy.
Well, you know what, Bulldog? I'll take that accolade, but you know what you need to do by thanking me? Get your ass to the damn ring. Start going to these shows like you kicked ass this weekend in Rhode Island. Become something. Keep doing what you're doing. You got a future in this business. Stop marking yourself out. Start kicking somebody's ass, and then maybe we can go somewhere.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm the man that tells it like it is, Blansky. And you know what? I think you got a future in this sport, but you better shut your mouth and start kicking somebody's ass.
Huh.
What do you think of that?
I think everybody's got an opinion, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, you know what they
There's
say
one for
about
every seat.
don't you? Barking myself out. Where the hell did that come from all of a sudden?
I'm just telling you, I think, kids, you better take that as a compliment. I'm telling you, you got a future in this business.
Okay,
I think you got some skills.
All right.
You need to work a little harder.
Work a little harder, all right.
I think you got the skills, kid.
All right. Well, the whole world is going to find out just what Matt...
No, he's mad at me.
Yeah.
I'm going to come down to ground round and stuff an order of chicken tenders up your ass.
I'll tell you what, I'll be at the ground round at 8 o'clock. So we'll see who's going to stuff what chicken fingers up whose ass.
Wow.
I gotta ask
Hey,
you
listen,
something.
my shoulder, we got to stop swearing here. My shoulder's starting to hurt.
Can
Last
you...
time you swore Big Daddy on the show, you got booted for 30 days.
Can you stop?
Hey, the FCC and Howard Stern got nothing on me, Blansky.
Can you stop making fun of him because he's gonna cry a puddle of tears?
You got to remember something, Enforcer. I am giving this kid a compliment.
He don't take it like that.
He's
What can
not
I
taking
tell
it as
you?
a compliment. I'm giving this kid a compliment in the business, and he's getting all offended. You better learn to have hard skin right now if you're going to make it in this business.
Tell you something, I was busting nuts when I was sitting there on a mat, dropping weight, training for an Olympic champ, training to be a state champ, while most everybody was sitting home jerking off to their father's magazine.
Oh, we gotta cut you off now. What are you thinking?
No one's doubting what you
Listen.
think, but you can't talk about stuff like that.
Listen, Mark
Fox in the carrot? Come on.
Bulldog Blansky, don't call the show your Mark if you're gonna talk like that. And if you don't like it, well, I'll see you at the ground round. You can come face to face with me. Don't ever call the show if you're gonna talk like that.
Bulldog, I'm surprised with the kids out there. You better call back and apologize.
You're live on Ringside Seat.
What's up, Big Daddy? This is your friend Mike from Bradford. I've come up a couple times and seen you.
How you doing, Mike? It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, how you been?
I'm nice as usual.
Easy to attack.